Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling a topic that literally reshapes how we understand successful businesses. Often when we think of technology in a corporate setting, we immediately picture the IT department troubleshooting a server or maybe the launch of some flashy new consumer app. But today, we're zooming out. We're going to look at the largely hidden, absolutely critical role of technology development. As you'll see, it acts not just as a handy tool, but as the ultimate support activity. It's this invisible engine that drives corporate strategy, completely optimizes operations, and honestly determines whether a company thrives or simply ceases to exist. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. First up, unlocking the value chain. Second, tech as a support activity. Third, the digital value chain. Fourth, driving competitive advantage. And finally, we'll anchor it all with Walmart's tech response. Section 1. Unlocking the value chain. To really grasp technology's true role, we've got to look at Michael Porter's value chain concept. This basically splits a firm's functions into two interacting parts, evaluating a business almost like a biological organism. So we have the primary activities, things like operations, outbound logistics, marketing, and sales. Think of these as the muscles of the organization, right? They're doing the heavy lifting to physically create and deliver the product. But then we have the support activities, from infrastructure, human resources, and technology development. If the primary activities are the muscles, these support activities are the central nervous system. They manage the information, they build the capabilities, and they send those critical signals that allow the muscles to actually function effectively. Now, this quote provides a really fascinating perspective. Technology buffers and cushions every input-output process of a value chain. Let's lean into that cushion analogy for a second, because it's perfect. Technology isn't some standalone magic bullet operating in a vacuum. Instead, it wraps around the primary operations. It protects them from inefficiencies, streamlines their workflows, and supercharges their output. It literally cushions the blow of sudden market shifts by giving teams the data and systems they need to pivot smoothly. Section 2. Tech as support activity. So, technology development encompasses activities, costs, and assets relating to product and process R&D, process design improvement, computer software development, telecommunication systems, and database capabilities. That's a massive list. It is a vast, largely invisible infrastructure. It's all about managing complex information processing and developing deep institutional knowledge so that the rest of the business can run flawlessly. And this brilliantly illustrates how interconnected all of this really is. Strategic planning sits right there in the middle, acting as a bridge between external and internal environments. Technology acts as a massive external force here, a constantly evolving ecosystem of scientific discoveries and new capabilities. Through strategic planning, that external technology becomes a crucial input that fundamentally shapes a firm's internal organizational structure, its physical assets, and even its culture. Basically, it dictates exactly how that internal nervous system is wired. Section 3. The digital value chain. We have to recognize that digitization is no longer something happening in isolated silos. It's spreading across the entire corporate structure like wildfire. Innovative digital solutions are reducing costs and adding massive value at absolutely every single stage of a product's lifecycle. We're talking transforming new product development, optimizing sourcing and direct procurement, automating manufacturing, revolutionizing distribution, and hyper-targeting marketing and after-sales service. It cushions and enhances every single one of those steps. But the true magic really happens when a company integrates these isolated one-off innovations across intelligent networks. It's like putting together a giant puzzle to create an end-to-end digital value chain. To actually optimize the very makeup of this chain, a company's data must yield highly relevant information across these networks. When your data flows seamlessly from sourcing all the way to after-sales service, that entire chain becomes an unparalleled strategic asset. Section 4. Driving competitive advantage. So, the crucial point is, successfully implementing an IT strategy fulfills three massive competitive advantages. First, improving responsiveness. Things like cloud computing allow companies to instantly scale resources to meet sudden market demands. Second, increasing collaboration. Technology seamlessly links communication both internally and externally with partners. And third, enhancing customer insight. By utilizing powerful analytical software, companies can deeply understand what their customers actually need, customize their offerings, and drive intense brand loyalty. This right here is exactly how technology creates fundamental economic value. The sources present a rather harsh but totally objective reality for businesses today. On one side, we have first mover innovators, companies actively embracing this technology strategy to capture key success factors in their industry. On the other side, we have the obsolete. In modern retail, for instance, a failure to adopt systems like RFID, barcoding, or automated check-ins means a company is actively classifying itself as obsolete. There's really no middle ground anymore. You either match the technological key success factors of the market, or you get left behind. Section 5, Walmart's Tech Response.
To see this theory in action, let's anchor it into a concrete reality. I want you to set the scene in your mind. It's early 2020, and unprecedented consumer panic buying is setting in due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Walmart didn't just put tape on the floor and clean their stores to meet CDC guidelines. No, they aggressively leveraged their technology support activities. They relied on their incredibly robust digital infrastructure to proactively strengthen their entire supply chain, making absolutely sure their business wasn't hampered by those sudden, massive shifts in consumer behavior. Their digital value chain completely cushioned the blow.
And the results of leaning into that technology infrastructure were just phenomenal. By May 2021, Walmart announced that this support strategy resulted in a massive 6% increase in U.S. comparable sales. They captured huge market share in the grocery segment, and even more impressively, their operating income jumped by 26.8%. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is exactly how consumers interacted with that tech infrastructure. By April 2020, the Walmart grocery app saw a staggering 460% growth in average daily downloads compared to just 3 months prior in January. Think about that scale. They had the digital capacity ready, they scaled it instantly, and they captured the market while competitors were still scrambling to figure out their basic operations. Which leaves us with this final critical thought based on our dive into the sources today. Take a look at your own organization, or even the businesses you interact with daily, and ask yourself, are your support activities genuinely driving innovation and cushioning your value chain? Or is a lack of technological development actively classifying you as obsolete? Remember, technology development is never, ever just overhead. It is the very central nervous system and ultimately the survival of the business. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Until next time, keep questioning how the hidden engines in your organization are driving its future.